Education occurs when you break out of your conceptual comfort zone and you start experiencing different realities and experiences. But if the cost of higher education keeps rising compared to the socioeconomic gap between white people and people of color in this country, then we're essentially making colleges and higher education more white.
Hi, I'm Striff.
And I'm Kelsey.
And we're part of New York Students Rising, a statewide network of students fighting to defend public higher education and particularly the tuition hikes. SUNY has been raising our tuition $300 every single year for the last 5 years, and they're looking to renew the proposal so that it gets extended another 5 years.
Yep, Governor Cuomo announced that this year in his State of the State address. So we're calling on all students from all SUNY campuses to walk out with us on March 4th, next Friday at 12 p.m. to show Governor Cuomo that students will not stand for tuition increases any longer.
I've really had to sort of structure my entire life around making sure that I have enough money to make the monthly, pretty significant payments on the loans that I took out in order to attend. And so that's just limited really sort of everything to some extent, both in terms of the sort of work that I would do. It has made it impossible for me to do more. I work now for a nonprofit. It's made it impossible for me to do more sort of missionary work or work that where you're maybe not even paid basic salary, but can kind of give more of yourself. That was sort of what I had originally intended to do, but wasn't able to.
This is something that we fight for. It's not just for ourselves. We fight for a lot of students. Everyone has their own stories about how student debt affects them in different ways. Personally, as someone who's about to graduate in May, I've looked at my last 4 years and reflected upon it, and there's a lot of things I wish I could have done. I wish I had more time to do things. I wish I had, possibly been able to afford to take summer classes or even an extra semester to pursue a second degree that I was interested in. But also, I'm now looking at what it means to graduate and what it means when May comes. And at this point, I'm already starting to apply for jobs because I really just need any job, and I know I'm just going to take whatever job comes because I need to start working as soon as possible and saving up so that in 6 months when my loans start coming in, I'll have at least some money to start paying for them before, extra interest adds up. So that's kind of how student debt has affected me in some ways.
Yeah, I think it's going to be something that I'm going to have to take a lot more time planning long term, like how I'll be paying off slowly over the course of years to pay my loans back. So I think just planning a lot in advance and thinking about how I'll be budgeting for years when I probably wouldn't have had to think about that far in advance had I not taken all the loans out.
Yeah, that's very true for me as well. I'm currently $30,000 in debt, and I actually want to go into the nonprofit sector of organizational work. And for me, I'm thinking of my job in the next coming months, and I'm not thinking I'm going to go into one of those fields. I'm thinking I have to go into a field where I might not want to as much because I need to get the job that's going to pay more in order to pay those loan bills that are going to come my way. If I didn't have all that debt, racked up, then I may be able to have a little more flexibility and not be worrying about a job that's not going to pay as much. But until that time comes, I have to get the job that I don't want as much.
So that's why we're fighting, amongst other people's stories as well.